Hey guys, welcome back to J's Kitchen. In today's video, I'll take you guys in the kitchen with me and I'll show you how to make this awesome pumpkin pudding. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Make sure you turn on your post notification bell so you guys can always be notified whenever I upload a new video. Go ahead and tell your friends, tell your family members about J's Kitchen and have them subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Instagram, it's KaliKitchen_1, and also on Facebook, it's J's Kitchen. So here I have my pumpkin, and I had a small pumpkin, and I decided that, listen, I'm going to use half for my pumpkin pudding and half for next time. All right, so I went ahead, sliced it in two halves and remove the seed from the inside, because listen, we are going to plant our pumpkin seed and we're going to have pumpkin for a later date. All right, I know some persons don't like to remove the skin of their pumpkin, and listen, that is totally fine. It's up to you. All right, so once you remove your skin from your pumpkin, always remember, guys, to wash your pumpkin properly. All right, so once that is all done, I'm gonna go ahead and slice up my pumpkin and I'm gonna blend this. All right, remember to slice up the pumpkin according to how your blender can manage. So if your blender can't manage large chunks, I suggest that you go ahead and slice it up in smaller pieces. All right, also for today's recipe, I'm going to use some authentic coconut milk, and also I'm going to use some coconut milk powder. All right, so I'm going to go in and add the authentic coconut milk to my blender, and then I'm going to go in and add the pumpkin. All right, once I added the pumpkin and it's all done, I'm going to go in and add the coconut milk powder, and then I'm going to add some water to this. All right, and then I'm going to blend this for roughly 4 to 5 minutes, because we want this to be smooth as possible. All right, within that 4 to 5 minutes period, always remember, guys, to allow your blender to cool down. All right, so stop it, allow it to cool down for a couple seconds, and then you start again. All right, so once it's finished blending, I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. And basically this pudding took me about 50 to 1 hour to bake, and I bake it at 250 degrees. All right, and I had to take it out and give it some additional minutes in the oven, about 10 more minutes. All right, so this is what it looks like, the mixture. You can see it looking rich. And guys, tell me, the color of the pumpkin and the coconut milk combined together, isn't that looking so lovely? Oh my god, I wish I could just have it like this. So as you can see, I went ahead and poured the mixture in a larger container, and listen, the color, listen guys, this color is rich. So now I'm gonna go in and add some cornmeal and some flour, and all of these ingredients you can get at your local supermarket and or grocery store. And the reason for adding the cornmeal and the flour, it helps to hold the pudding together. All right, and as you can see, I went in and add some butter, and then I'm going to add my spices. All right, I'm not going to add the sugar just yet, but I will add it shortly. So basically I'm adding some cinnamon powder, some freshly grated nutmeg, and I'm gonna add some of my salt and also some of my vanilla flavoring. If you guys have other spices at home that you want to add, I suggest that you go ahead and use it. All right, just a small amount though. Of course, you can't make pudding without some freshly grated coconut flakes, so I'm gonna go in and add that as well. All right, and all of these ingredients help to hold your pudding together. So combine all of that together. Just take your time, no rush. Combine it together, and it doesn't need no more water. Perfect as it is. All right, guys, listen, the color is amazing. I love the color so far. So basically, guys, I had some of my prunes, some currants, and some raisins that I mixed from in December that I had. If you look closely, you will see the container with the fruits So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna also add some of that fruits to the pudding. For me, I don't like raisins, alright? I don't like to taste raisins in pudding or cake. I don't like it. But I like to blend it out so that it doesn't have that taste. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and add some. By the way, if you guys have any rum at home, you can go ahead and just tip a little bit of rum, or you can just blend the rum with the pumpkin and the coconut, alright? So once that is all nicely combined together, it's time to go ahead and add the sugar. For today's recipe, I'm going to use brown sugar. However, I know a lot of persons don't like to use brown sugar, but what you can do, you can always go ahead and use granulated sugar. Alright, so combine all of that together, and you can just use the tip of your finger to just taste it to see if it need a little bit more sugar. Alright, but I'm using 1 cup of sugar. I don't want it too sweet. I don't like my pudding too sweet. But it's up to you guys. So for my baking containers, I already went ahead and used some butter and some flour to grease it and to dust it with the flour, and we are ready to bake. So we're just gonna go ahead and pour the batter in the containers, and as I said earlier, I bake this for 50 to 1 hour, and I had to take it out and put it back in the oven. Give it some more minutes, alright? Alright guys, so I'm going to put this in the oven, and I'm going to show you what it looks like when it's almost finished baking. Alright guys, so this is my pudding and it's almost finished baking. So what I'm pouring on top now, I like to have that little custard on top. So I'm going to pour some coconut milk on top of it, and also with some of my brown sugar, and also some cinnamon and nutmeg, and a little bit of vanilla, and put it back in the oven. Alright, and then I'm gonna come back and show you guys the final product. Alright, so I know a lot of persons like the little mushy thing on top. I like it as well, hence the reason I'm adding this on top, and then put it back in the oven to obtain that mushy looking thing on top. Alright guys, so this is the final product of my pumpkin pudding. So I'm going to allow this to just cool down, and then I'm going to slice it up and show you guys the final product. Alright, so stay tuned for all of that. Alright guys, so this is the final product of my pumpkin pudding. As you can see, looking lovely, not too tough. We don't want a tough pudding. We want our pudding to be soft, as it says it is pudding. So I hope you guys enjoy this one. I hope you guys go ahead and subscribe and share, and tell your friends, tell your family members about Kali J's Kitchen. Thank you guys so much for watching.